Hello and welcome. Skills demand in the United States has long been an issue, with the Harvey Nash KPMG CIO survey showing that, pre-COVID, skills shortages reported remained close to an all-time high. According to the same research, during the pandemic, there has been a drop in shortages, but only a small one. The survey noted that demand for technology and its practitioners had remained robust, and as much as a quarter of technology leaders who outsourced, offshore, or use managed services do so to close the skills gap. Mexico has long been seen as a solid nearshore destination, reaping the benefits not only of geographical proximity and cultural affinity, but also of a growing talent pool. So can Mexican talent help plug the United States' skills gap? Today I'm joined by Gustavo Parés, CEO of NDS Cognitive Labs. Welcome, Gustavo.
Hi, Bianca. Thank you very much for having this conversation today.
Fantastic. So, for those who are not certain of what Mexico has to offer, if you're looking to outsource your software development or specialist tech projects such as chatbot development, why is Mexico a good place to look at the moment?
Right now, Mexico, we're in the right place at the right time. We've seen in the last 8 to 12 months a great change in speed and how global companies based in the U.S. are looking into Mexico as a great opportunity for identifying talent, and we are very happy that Mexican IT industry is growing a lot. We just have 4 unicorns this year created in Mexico, so we're really happy about what's going on. We graduate about 70,000 engineers each year related to IT and telecommunications. So we have a medium-sized talent pool educated in American standards that is willing to work into these global projects. So that is why we think we're in the right place at the right time.
Wonderful. So for those who are unfamiliar with that talent pool you've just mentioned, can you talk us through the diversity of that talent as well as the areas where you see strengths emerging in places like AI, data, and cloud?
Mexico has been a powerhouse in terms of exporting. It used to be mainly manufacturing in the past decades, but this experience in manufacturing helped us create really great ecosystems. We have in Querétaro an aerospatial ecosystem. In Guadalajara, in Jalisco, we've had our Mexican Silicon Valley for the past 20 years or so and growing to an amazing rate. We have Monterrey leading the charge in terms of industrial revolution, how we go into Industry 4.0. And we have Mexico City and some other surrounding cities like Puebla, growing into auto industry, a bunch of financial services, retail. And we have a really good relationship with companies like Google for Google Cloud products, with IBM Cloud, with Microsoft, with Azure, with Amazon, with AWS. We are seeing thousands and thousands of young engineers, boys and girls, getting certified in MongoDB, in Redis Lab, in all these new technologies related to cloud computing and artificial intelligence. And we think this talent pool is ready and willing, to connect to the global economy. And this is something we've seen a really important trend happening in the last years, as I mentioned. All these young engineers or medium talent engineers or senior engineers are getting into the cloud computing, machine learning, and this is a huge opportunity since the relationship because of the pandemic, the shortage of supply chain, it has to do also with talent. So we're seeing thousands of job vacancies in the US, and we have unfulfilled, and we have thousands of engineers in Mexico, and we're seeing companies like Netflix, like Pinterest, opening up shop in Mexico to get talent in Mexico, and we've seen great results with some of these global tech companies.
It's clear that IT and financial services are areas that Mexico has particular strengths in. So how do you think the country is positioned to better serve the Latino customer base in the US, for example, in these sectors?
So when we're seeing that cloud computing and artificial intelligence, has to do a lot with cultural affinity to reduce bias in training in machine learning models and things like that. We think the relationship we have with US and the Latino communities is amazing. There are about 30 million Latinos in US, most of them from Mexican origin. And since Mexico is the largest speaking Spanish country in the world, we play a major role working together with the Latino community in US, to create solutions for the bilingual community in the United States. We're talking about cities in, I don't know, LA, Miami, New York, Chicago, Texas, where there's a growing Latino community that speaks every day in English and in Spanish, and we need to focus on them as well.
Well, it does seem that people are paying attention. India, for example, has long been one of the go-to outsourcing destinations, yet we're seeing more Indian companies setting up shop in Mexico to tap into that talent pool and to move closer to those American customers. So from your perspective, what's driving this trend, and why is Mexican talent a better option?
Mexican talent is available for companies from all parts of the world. How we grew our company was growing with the relationship with companies with India. We went 11 years ago to India and convinced huge Indian corporations to open up shop in Mexico, and we helped them to grow in Mexico. 11 years ago, you were working on legacy technologies where you needed thousands of programmers, to maintain your systems and to run your systems. Now with cloud computing and artificial intelligence, you might not need 1,000, you might need probably 100 or 50. And if you're looking to hire 50 people, Mexico is perfect. If you're looking to hire 1,000 or 2,000 programmers, probably the scale of India is good. But now with smaller projects, that cultural affinity plays a major role, and that if you get someone certified in the cloud technologies you're looking for, if it's in India or in Mexico, it doesn't change a lot. But if it has cultural affinity, you have commercial treaties, you can fly over and visit your end customer in a couple of hours. Or you can do the kickoff of your projects in Mexico City, Guadalajara, Cancun. The time difference, the cultural difference, it doesn't happen in Mexico. We are the same time zones. We have cultural affinity, and we're raised in school with global standards and US standards. So there's no difference there.
Fantastic. So what advice would you give to companies wanting to secure talent in Mexico?
So everything is set for Mexico to grow very fast in the next 3-5 years. We're going to become a really important player in terms of IT worldwide because of our relationship with the US, but also because of the size of our internal economy, the role we play in Latin American Spanish-speaking ecosystem, and we're really happy and excited about it.
Well, thank you very much for your time, Gustavo, and for sharing your insights with us. I think it's been really interesting discussion around Mexico's strengths and that relationship between the US and Mexico going forward.